everybody, how you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Joel.
I'm Gavin.
Okay.
I'm Petey.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Matt.
I'm Megan.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
Hey guys.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of things on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. I was moving some things around up in the farm market. Daniel gave us a call and said, hey, there's cattle out everywhere down here. So we just got to get them all moved back in. I don't even know where they got out from. That's the thing that's kind of strange. Come on. Keep it moving. Come on. Now this morning we have already got the calves all fed and the eggs have been collected for the chickens. Daniel is getting the rest of the cattle fed and I'm gonna feed the chickens. Did I say? Okay, yeah, Dad collected eggs, I gotta feed. I get confused sometimes. Chickens are now fed. That finishes off the rest of the animals. We have one more thing we need to do and then morning chores will all be taken care of. Now that we're all finished with chores, we're gonna be moving on to harvesting. We have a few things we need to get picked this morning, so we're gonna get all set up for that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this'll work. That looks like cabbage, doesn't it? Yeah, they both start with a C. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this one has cabbage on the side too. Right? That's a cabbage bin. Anything's a cabbage bin if you believe hard enough. We need some baskets this morning. That looks good. Hey, do you want to ride? Where am I headed? Down to the store. Is that where you need to go?
Yeah.
You just pull out on that handle? Grammy was picking some rhubarb, so while we're on the way, I might as well pick her up and give her a ride down. Let's go! All right, we're on our way.
Thank you, Andrew.
No problem, that's what we call service. You gotta take care of Grammy.
Where do I get the rhubarb?
See you later, Grammy. Dad is gonna be back in about 20 minutes and then he'll be joining us out in the fields. Myself, Matthew, and Daniel, we are gonna head back and get started picking the broccoli, the cauliflower, and the kohlrabi. And then once Dad gets there, we can start working on the cabbage. It's cold in here now. Oh, could you imagine someone complaining about the air conditioning working? We're gonna get our trailer unhooked right here. We have the 130 with the forks on it so that we can go out through the row and harvest the cabbage. We're not gonna be harvesting cabbage just yet. Like I said, we're gonna be waiting for Dad. Right now, we're gonna drive out and look at the kohlrabi, find out where we're gonna be picking that, and then get our broccoli and cauliflower. Oh, that's a big one. Wow. Now, we were trying to find some smaller kohlrabi today. I don't think it's gonna happen. This stuff looks pretty big. We do have another planting that's just about ready, so we will be getting some smaller kohlrabi soon. We've already gone through this kohlrabi a few times, harvesting anything that was large enough to pick, but now we've got some stuff that's growing pretty fast and it's starting to get a little large. So we're just trying to get as much harvested as we can. Now yesterday we went through and we picked 2 large baskets of big heads. So we don't want to get too much large kohlrabi today. We're trying to find the smaller stuff. But to be honest with you, that's kind of hard to find right now because it grows so fast once it gets to a certain point, and a lot of it's starting to look like this. Now the interesting thing with this vegetable, as it starts to get larger, it gets like a woody taste to it. Now with the newer hybrids that are available today, you don't really run into that problem as much, but it was a big issue with kohlrabi before. But now that the kohlrabi doesn't get that woody flavor to it right away, it allows us to harvest for much longer because the stuff that used to get too big, well, it just wouldn't sell because everybody knew that it started to get a bad flavor as it got larger. But we've shown everybody, we've helped them to see that the new hybrids, they keep that delicious flavor for longer. Well, that's a big one. This is what happens when you put 3 kohlrabi plants in the same cup on the finger transplanter. They all grow together. Isn't that crazy? They look nice though. Really, really nice. We just got all of the kohlrabi harvested. Now we're gonna be moving on to broccoli. Some of the broccoli has been affected by some intense winds we had over the weekend. And it's easy to see why when the broccoli looks like a little tree. Look at that thing, gorgeous. This is our longest day broccoli that we're harvesting now. It's our latest variety called Imperial. Now this stuff does get the largest heads, and we're seeing that firsthand as we've been harvesting this. Andrew, look at this thing. That's a beautiful one. Now thankfully, oh my, look at that. That is one of the largest broccoli I've seen all year. Let's get this up here. That is beautiful. That is what we like to see. This is what we work so hard for, and this is what really benefited from it not being excruciatingly hot. And even though it was a pain, and on those very, very hot days when we were moving that irrigation pipe where it wasn't fun, this is why we do it. Look at that thing. Woo-wee. Now with your late season broccoli like Imperial, there's many issues that you could run into. We talked about the bolting when the plant or the vegetable goes straight to flower. It's funny enough, but the only thing that saved this broccoli from bolting was actually all the smoke that we received from Canada. And it's funny to say that it's actually benefited us. We were worried about how much damage it did to this area with the growing process, but it's actually helped this stuff out a ton. During the 2 weeks that we were really affected by the smoke from the wildfires, it was supposed to be some of the hottest weeks that we've seen in the year. And the sunshine would have really pushed this broccoli along to the point where we wouldn't have been able to harvest it all. However, because of all that haze that was in the air, it stopped those powerful rays from the sun from pushing this further along with its maturity. And thus, it allowed us to get an amazing broccoli harvest. So that's kind of interesting how that worked out the way it did. But yeah, it was bad for us and it was good for us, as you can see. Now that the broccoli's all been cut, the boys have been pulling off leaves, and we now have all our full baskets. We're gonna be moving on to some cauliflower since Dad's not here. Now we had come through early and banded some of this stuff. Oh yeah, it's a good thing we did that. Look at that head of cauliflower in there. We raise 2 types of cauliflower here on the farm, a self-wrapping and a non-self-wrapping. I prefer the self-wrapping because we don't need to do near as much maintenance with it. See, this non-self-wrapping, we had to put a rubber band on the top. However, this stuff looks incredible. So I'm happy with it nonetheless. That's beautiful. I don't think it's gonna be too hard to get our cabbage picked. There's some big cabbage there. Look at this head. There's my hand next to it. Wow. This is what we have now. We got 4 baskets of broccoli all together, 2 kohlrabi, and we were able to pick some heads of cauliflower. Now we got all this stuff done before Dad showed up, so we're gonna take it home and get it out of the heat, and then we'll work our way back out here. Well, would you look who's out here, our #1 helper. Are you ready, Callie? Here's how you help. Take these, put them in the water.
Splash them.
Yeah, good job. Keep putting them in there. That's a big one. Good job.
Yeah, mix them up. Mix them up.
We got the kohlrabi all cleaned up and it's now taken into the farm market. The broccoli and the cauliflower has also been taken in. Now yesterday, I forgot to mention, we also got some hay mown down. So Joel is about to run and get hooked up to the tedder, and he's gonna get all that fluffed up. Are you going tedding?
I'm going tedding.
Have fun, be safe.
Thanks, I will.
Now that Dad is back, we've got a full side-by-side, and we're on our way to cut some cabbage. Now we're gonna get started with these 4 rows right here. We're gonna cut down through the field. At this end of the field, the cabbage is a little on the smaller side, which is okay. The large stuff, that's gonna be towards the top of the bin. This cabbage is huge. Look at this cabbage. Wow, see next to my head? That's what we like to see. Well, we probably picked 60, 70 feet into the field, and we already got a bin of cabbage just doing 4 rows. There is a lot more cabbage here than just 4 rows. Now, some of you may be curious, just because of the size of these heads and how nice they look, what variety that we are harvesting here. And this is a cabbage called Megaton. This is actually my favorite and Dad's favorite variety of cabbage. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I think it's 80 to 85 day cabbage, but these are how the heads look. Really, really nice. Now, we've had good growing conditions. It was really, really hot and dry, so that concerned us in the early part of the year, but we were able to irrigate this. Now, irrigation is not the same as rain. If we had some rain, this stuff might even look better than it does right now. But this is the best spring crop of cabbage that I've seen in a very long time. Callie, what did you think of riding in the tractor? Did you have fun?
She'd rather be cutting cabbage.
Daniel just brought back the second bin, so we're gonna get back to harvesting. Give her a cabbage hat. What do you think? You like it? You didn't like it. Come on, Callie, you don't want to be a Cabbage Patch Kid? Harvesting vegetables is fun as it is, but when you're harvesting huge vegetables, giant vegetables, massive vegetables, oh, that makes this job way more fun. And there we have it, another beautiful bin of cabbage heading back to the wagon. Well, that only took us about 25-30 minutes to get all that cabbage, so I'd say that's a good deal. And Callie, how did you feel about harvesting cabbage? Did you have fun?
Fun?
Yeah, lots of fun, right? Can you do the cabbage dance? Yeah. Cut it this way. Keep going. Callie's day has been made. She saw a butterfly in the wild. We were chasing it around. Now this is really nice because we have plenty of cabbage for some orders that have been taken, and we got plenty for the customers in the local area. 2 full bins. We'll go through this relatively quickly, but as you saw, there is plenty of cabbage out there to harvest. We're going to move our pallets down so that we had enough room to slide our fresh picked cabbage right here. That way people can pick out cabbage from the bin. What do you think, Daniel?
Some hay to bale. We're gonna be here forever.
Is there any hay here?
I don't see any.
We didn't stay too long to bother Joel. As you can see, there is a lot of hay down over there, and he needs to get it all ted. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get to baling that today. We'll have to see. We have a really nice bright and sunny day today, and then a warm sunny day tomorrow. So most likely end of today, into tomorrow, we'll be baling. Alrighty, everyone, let's see what we are having for lunch today. Looks like we have sandwiches here. There's some egg salad and fresh fruit. It's gonna be a good lunch. I can feel it. So we are all finished with lunch now, and we were able to get Joel back to his tractor to continue tedding. We talked about it a little bit. We are not gonna be harvesting wheat today. It is a little on the wet side still, but we still have some work that needs to be accomplished when it comes to our header here, which is what we're gonna be working on now. We have a few of these gathering fingers that we need to attach. A few of them have snapped off from the harvest from last year. They are designed to break right here so that they don't destroy anything when it comes to the machine, but we've got to get a few added in here. So Daniel right now is returning a piece of equipment that we were using, a spreader. Joel is working on the hay, and Dad and I are going to be working on this. Before we got started working on the head of the combine, we had to move some seed around in here. Isn't it funny? Look at those pallets. There's 2 bags on that one, 2 on that one, 3 on the bottom, 1 on top. And the reason why we have to do that is because they're all different variety of corn. So everything's heading back to Pioneer that we didn't sell. And well, they just don't want everything mixed together. It would be easier if everything was put on one pallet, but this is the way they want us to do it. It just looks really funny. But we got these all put together. We're just gonna wrap them up so that they're ready to go. And I almost forgot to mention, not only do we have to take that corn back, but all these pallets belong to them too. So we need to make sure that we return them, and we have a specific amount that we're supposed to return. So they're supposed to be coming to pick up everything. So we're just making sure it's in order, and it'll be easy for us to load everything up. Matthew is here with us, and he's got started working on it. See, the thing is, you have to reach your hand all the way in to where the net is. You have to get everything twisted and then pulled out the old pieces that broke off. So it's kind of hard for two people to work on it since it's such a tiny area, but Matt's got his arm in there. He's doing a good job.
I wanted to do this morning.
Before it got hot.
Daniel told me, don't bother, we got plenty on there. It's better to save them for in case we break them all and then you don't have to go get more. I go, it's a good idea, Daniel.
And now we're changing it anyway.
There's a lot on there. Let's keep the other two for.
Oh, look at that. We're only putting one on there.
Well, I would have even, this is the only spot even kind of needed one.
Wow.
Well, that's good.
Look at that. It's a good thing Daniel said that this morning, right?
He's a wise boy.
Yeah, that's a wise boy. Joel is now back from tedding, so Gavin is giving the tedder a quick rinse. He drove it down into a muddy spot. It was a new farm we're doing. Have a little trouble finding all the muddy spots. You find them, it's just too late usually. So I think Dad is excited to get started with the wheat because he changed his mind. Originally we were gonna wait, but now he's gonna get the header hooked up and he's gonna see how it looks. We got Joel up top charging the AC, and we got Dad and Matt getting the last part of the combine all hooked up. I'm just testing the air to see how cool it's gonna get. It's a lot cooler than outside, but not as cool as it could be. Should be good for Dad. Make it a little more comfortable in here. Okay, Dad's all over the place. He told me we weren't cutting. He talked to the neighbor farmer. Then he's like, we'll cut a little bit. And now what are you telling me? Are we going to cut wheat?
As of right now, no.
Okay, yeah, right now he's decided again he's not going to say. He said, I talked to the neighbor farmer, we're not doing it. So we are missing a few of those Pioneer pallets over there, but we remembered what farm they were at. So I'm gonna be running over to pick up some pallets. I'm not sure what Dad and the rest of them are going to do. Joel said once he finished tedding those hay fields over there, the stuff he hit first was already dry. So they're probably gonna get started on baling. By the time I get back, we'll have a better idea of what they're working on. I mean, it's almost 90 degrees out here. Stuff is hot, stuff is drying. Those pallets, they are pretty heavy. And now that they're all home, Dad'll be happy. Woo, it's hot in here. I think they fixed the air conditioner on it though, so that'll be exciting. Right now the boys are over baling, but I'm bringing the 130. That way we can get the bales all put together, so when we do need to bring them home, it'll be a lot easier on us. The farm I'm heading to is only a few minutes away. It shouldn't take too long to bring all the bales back when we need to, but it's just gonna be nice when everything's all together. We've got the whole crew here right now. Joel is working on raking hay. Daniel is right next to me. He's baling, and I am picking up the bales and moving them up top. If we can all work together and get a big chunk of this done today, that will be a big help. Pretty steep right there. Don't want to lose a bale here. I'll be going all the way down there for it. We just got all the bales loaded up from this section. I do have one on the front. It is a wet bale. Joel said he was going to feed it to the horses tonight. That way we didn't have to worry about storing it. The rest of the hay down over the hill, that has not been raked, but they do have a little section over here they're working on. So I'm moving over here, and then once we get all these bales loaded up, I'll just take this wet one home for Joel. Just got Dad's wagon all loaded up. What am I seeing?
A beautiful bale.
Oh, wow.
Matt should be right back, so load him up, and then whatever's left here, just leave here then.
Okay, sounds good.
You see how good this thing looks?
That's a beautiful bale. Gorgeous. Oh, don't roll it into the tractor, Joel.
I'm just saying, look at that.
Oh, gorgeous. Daniel just got finished with baling. Matthew should be bringing the truck over for me so that I can get everything loaded up and on the way home. I was talking to Joel a little bit. He was bragging about the air conditioning that he has for his tractor. He said it doesn't even need filters. Look at that thing. You just can't beat that air conditioning. I mean, it's a little cold in here, but over there, I bet you it's nice and comfortable. But anyway, we're gonna get these last 4 bales put over here for Matthew. That way we can get everything loaded up really quickly on the way home. Matthew just showed up. His truck is now all full. So he's gonna be heading home and I'm gonna be right behind him because I have to pick up a wet bale at the top. And then I'm on my way home too. We only did a little section over here. We got to it late today. But I think all together we got 18 bales. I think, yeah, 18 bales. So that's pretty good. I know Joel will definitely be happy about that. That's what's so awesome about this, that we're able to help out Joel with his family and Joel helps out our family. That's the way it's supposed to be. Families helping each other out. I mean, I enjoy that, and I'm sure you guys enjoy that too. It's also been pretty cool to see Joel over here with his camera occasionally. It's like you're getting an extra Veggie Boys episode. I mean, it's cool. What can I say? More content for the folks. And you know what's very cool? You just get to see more of the family from a different perspective too. That's what's really cool. But once I get this bale loaded up, I'm on the way home because I am hungry. We are now back home. I'm just heading into the farm market. We're all closed up, but I'm just heading in to make sure that everything is put away, because if not, I'll help out with that. But we're done for the day. We are all closed up. We're heading up to the house to get some dinner. It's a little dark in here. Oh, I have sunglasses on. Let's see, what are we having? Chocolate melting cake!
Let's go.
Oh, this dinner just got like 5 times better. We're having potatoes au gratin with ham. That's gonna be good. Rotten potatoes and chocolate melting cake. What a deal. I was pretty excited about that. And as you can see, everybody is here. We are all at the dinner table. So that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. Is there anything you wanna tell everybody? What do you wanna say?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.